James 2:10-13 says this: "For whoever keeps the whole law but fails in one point has become accountable for it all. For he who said, 'Do not commit adultery,' also said, 'Do not murder.' If you do not commit adultery but do murder, you have become a transgressor of the law. So speak and so act as those who are to be judged under the law of liberty, for judgment is without mercy to the one who has shown no mercy. Mercy triumphs over judgment." Who do you judge in life? Who do you judge? There'll be somebody. There'll be that guy for leaving his wife and kids and having that affair. There will be that drug abuser who you bump into down in town. There will be your friends who spend money frivolously without any regard to the poor. We all, in our natural selves, are a little bit like judgment factories. That's just the truth of the matter. We judge other people by our own standards, our own culture, our own expectation. And if they fall short of that, we cast those negative judgments on them. James here really challenges this, though, in Christians, asking us to live a different way towards people. And he does this by looking at the law and looking at how God will judge us according to his law as well, and says that should really affect the way that we live. And he tells us two things. He reminds us of two things. One, that God's law, like all laws, is a complete standard made up of different parts. So if you imagine the law in the UK, it's a standard of a way of living that is expected of us, made up of things like I shall not murder, I shall not steal, I shall not speed in that 30 zone as well. And if we fall short of one part of that, we've fallen short of the whole thing. And James, by pointing to bits of God's law and how this work here is pointing out to us and reminding us of a truth that's common throughout the whole Bible, that God's law is so holy and so rich and so vast and complete that everybody has fallen short of it. Everybody requires or is worthy of judgment for him. And Jesus talks about this, and he says actually the law is so all-encompassing that it judges our thoughts as well as what we do. Yet James, as he goes on here, reminds us that as Christians, although we've fallen short of that law, we're not going to receive judgment, but we're going to receive liberty and mercy in response to that when Jesus comes, when God comes to cast his judgments over that, because of what Jesus has done on our behalf, because he took all the consequences of our falling short of that law upon himself, so we would know just mercy, grace, and forgiveness. And instead, here James is reminding us as Christians of living out of the fact that we have standards that people fall short of. We should live out the truth that we fall way short of God's standard, yet he has shown us that mercy. And out of that, we should show the same mercy that has been shown to us for all men, because mercy displays far more of God's heart than any judgment ever could. God bless you.